Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Pennies with a Purpose. I am Willie, your host for today. So as we started out, we mentioned that we wanted to get into simplifying terminology. So today we're going to discuss savings. Savings is one of the terminologies we have for finances, and it's a very important term. Savings is simply what's left over after all of your expenditures. And typically when we talk about that, we talk about what's done by the end of the month. So at the end of the month, if you have $500 and you have $100 left, then that's your savings. So one of the main things I want to discuss about savings is, as Manisa and I say, if you don't tell your money where to go, you'll wonder where it went. So just like when you're creating a budget, whenever you have money left over, any type of savings, it needs to have a name. It needs to have a purpose. If you don't give it a name or a purpose, it's just sitting right there. Typically, when you go into a bank and open a bank account, they give you a checking account and a savings account. So then my question to you is, what is the purpose or reason for that savings account? So we're going to dig a little more today, and we'll talk about maybe what you should use that savings account for, and we'll talk about a couple different types of savings accounts. All right, here we go. The first savings account we want to discuss is the savings account that comes when you open your typical bank account. Well, for that savings account, or at least what we use it for, is we just keep a little extra money in that account just to cover things. And I would suggest maybe $500 to $1,000. And the reason I say that is, although we budget, we don't always stay on the budget. There are things that happen. There's things that come up. And it's easier if you just have that money there in that savings account so that you can just reach in and get it as you need it. Now, if you reach into it and get it, and if you need it and reach into it, now you must replenish it. That's the other part you must remember. So the next month when you do your budget, there'll be a budget line to replenish whatever you took out of that savings account. So savings account number one is the one that comes with the bank account, and it's just to cover you in small emergencies or situations that you may have to use some money that's not written up in the budget. You know, a birthday, or somebody's having a party, or you want to give somebody something, then you have that free money to do that. You should have a budget line in your budget for that, but in cases where you're paying off debt, you may not have that budget line. So it's good to just have something there so you can use and share. Or use, not share, but, pull money. What I want to talk to you about now is the emergency fund savings account. This is probably going to be the most important savings account that you'll have. This is the account that's set in a separate bank away from wherever you normally bank, and it's strictly for major emergencies only. It should cover 3 to 6 months of your income, not of your luxury income, but all of your major expenses that you have to take care of. I personally want a year worth of income, but definitely 3 to 6 months. And you should store that in what's called a high yield savings account, where you can gain more interest on it, so that at some point, actually the account, it's not going to make you money, but it can put a healthy amount in so that you won't have to continuously contribute to it because it's taking care of itself. The next two savings accounts, they're accounts that you could probably do like mutual funds or ETFs, or investment type deals. And that number one is a HSA, which is a health savings account. It's very important that you have that. I recommend it anyway, because when you're going to the doctor or you have an unexpected medical bill, let's say you have to pick up some meds or you just go to a doctor visit, you can pull from that to pay those visits. And the thing about that is the money coming out from your job or from your check is tax-free. And now you're able to pay for your healthcare situations, like meds and whatever, without having to pay tax on that money. So that's a great savings account to have. Another major savings account that you have, of course, that's investments as well, is your retirement account. You always want to be putting some money aside just for retirement, for when that happens. For when that day comes that you want to stay home and just do whatever it is you want to do and not necessarily be tied to a time clock and have money coming in. You want to invest in a retirement account. So that's another savings account. Now, the last savings account that I'm going to talk to you about is called a sinking fund. And that's for whenever you want to do something. If you want to buy a new car, you want to start a sinking fund. You know the day that you buy a car that at some point you're going to want a brand new car. So what you want to do is create a sinking fund and start saving towards that next car. Or if you want to go on vacation, or when Christmas comes, all those are sinking funds. You just start, you come up with an amount that you want to put towards whatever the case may be. The challenging one probably is Christmas, because then you'll have to decide, how much do I want to spend on each person for Christmas, calculate that, and divide it by 12. So this is just a sinking fund so that, whenever, you want to do something, you got the money there to do it. When it comes to a vacation, even Christmas, when you pay for it, it's done. You're not paying for it, months out because you put it on a credit card or something. So those are accounts, savings accounts that I want you to consider. And real quick, I just want to throw some numbers that I've been reading, just looking online about when I was researching the savings thing. And I found out that 36% of Americans don't have $1,000. They have less than $1,000 in savings. And out of that 36%, 19% of those don't have savings at all. And that's sad, because something's going to happen. And when something happens, they don't have any money, and that causes us to use credit cards and run credit up. And, my thing is, if you already don't have money to handle things and you have to use a credit card, or you have to go to check in the cash or pay in the cash, whatever one of those. So one of those, loan companies, you're just adding money to money you don't already have. So that's one of the reasons Manisa and I do this, because we want to position you so you're not doing those kind of things, that you're taking care of yourself. Those are some drastic numbers. And it says about, another percentage I got is that 45% of Americans still do have at least $1,000. Now, when I started researching like $5,000 in case something happened, $3,000 in case you have to repair your car, the numbers were very low, like in the teens, and not even all the way up to the teens. So really want you guys to think about this. Think about your savings. Give your savings a name. Tell your money what it's for. Don't just put money aside and oh yeah, I have a savings. Have a reason to save. Dream for your sinking funds. Dream for your retirement. What I want to do, I know how much I want coming in when I retire. So this is how much I need to put toward it, and, learn about compound interest and how that works for you. And then when it comes to your health care, put that money aside. It's tax-free coming out of your check, and they take care of your medical bills. That'll be very helpful for you. I want to thank you guys for listening, and we really appreciate you listening to us. And if you're listening on YouTube or whatever site you are, if there's a like or thumbs up, whatever you can do, if this is helpful for you, let us know. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We'll be glad to talk about it online. And we don't know it, we'll tell you we don't know it. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us for that. And as always in leaving, if you don't tell your money where to go, you will always wonder where it went. You can reach us at pennieswithapurpose@gmail.com, or you can reach us on our website, www.pennieswithapurpose.com. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.